Good morning. It is Friday, which is my favorite. It's about 5:30, just getting ready to leave for work. Today we finally got a break in the weather, at least this morning. We're going to go ahead and pour the patio that we just set up. And what I'm going to do this morning is a little bit different. I promised another client that we would start his job today. So I'm going to have Eric and Pat and Big Ray start the removal of the driveway while the rest of us are pouring the patio. So I promised the guy we get started, and that was kind of the best plan I could think of. I think it'll work out pretty good. Eric can run the skid loader and the other guys can drive. So I have a couple shout outs this morning. Actually, I have a few shout outs this morning. The first one goes out to Bernie Cunningham. So Bernie is a musician. He is 71 years old now, but he started playing music when he was 12, and he absolutely loves music. This is actually a band that he was in up until 2020. He was the lead singer and the lead guitarist, and he wanted me to have Carlito listen to the music and rate his vocals. So I'm going to take this to work and let Carlito listen to this. Next shout out goes to Bob Fitch. He sent me a really nice letter, and he runs a laser engraving business. And he sent me out, I don't know if you guys remember in a previous video, I said it'd be really cool to have Victory pencils. So there was actually two people that heard that and made me some pencils. But Bob gave us these really cool orange ones. They say property of Victory Outdoor Services, and a few of them actually have my name on them, just like Eric puts his name on his pencils. So thank you very much, Bob. That's very cool. He also offered too, if I wanted to reorder, he is available. And then there was no note with this one, but this company here, Graphite Pencil Company, they actually had some pencils made up for me as well, and these have Victory Style Easy Money with my logo on them. This is so cool, you guys. I go through pencils like I don't even want to talk about it because it's kind of embarrassing, but I don't even know how many pencils I lose per day. I've never kept track, but it is a lot. Anyways, all right, well, me and Annie are going to take this trash out, and I'll see you guys at the coffee shop. Okay, clearly I am not at the coffee shop, and you guys are probably wondering why the video is super short. I'm actually finishing the video right now, Sunday night. Monday, you guys will see this video, and I'm editing the little bit of footage that I actually have. I had a problem with the video. This has happened 3 times, twice in the past. Once was World of Concrete, and once I actually ran over one of my micro SD cards with my office chair. So these little micro SD cards, this is what the GoPros record onto, and unfortunately I had a bad one. So all the footage from my head cam on this video got completely wiped. We tried to recover it with 3 different computers, and the footage is gone. Thankfully in this video, we split up, and Big Ray, Pat, and Eric went to another job, and I gave Eric a head cam to video on as well. But the patio that we pour here, we're going to jump right into it. I'm just going to do some voiceover. All my head cam is gone, and all I have is the time lapse. So I'm going to do a voiceover over the time lapse, do a little Mike Day style. And then after we finish the pour, the patio turned out awesome. I didn't want to just skip the video. I want you guys to see it because when we get to Eric's portion, some of it's actually kind of funny. So we'll do a little voiceover, be able to tell you a little bit more than I normally would with the head cam on, because actually I'm relaxed in my office now and I can talk about stuff that I wouldn't when I'm under pressure on the job. So we'll jump into this one, and the next video picks up on the job that Eric started on here. So we'll get all that set up, that job. I'll talk a little bit about it towards the end of the video when I do some voiceover during that time lapse, but it did not go well. So, all right, well, let's jump into this one, and I'll just do a voiceover. All right, here we are on the job site. I was so disappointed when I realized we lost this footage. Daryl Jr. came this day, and we had a lot of fun. It was a fun day. I'm not going to blur anything out on this video. What you see is what you get. It's really not that bad, not even as close as some other times when I do blur. So obviously Big Ray, Pat, and Eric are not here. They're over on the other job. So it's going to be me and Francisco on the strike off, Tino and Carlito puddling, and Daryl Jr. doing his thing on the power buggy. He was definitely off. I gave him a hard time this day. He hit that shutoff form 4 different times. So we go ahead and float the edge. Now you'll see here, every time we dump a power buggy, you see Carlito pulling up the wire mesh. So contrary to popular belief, once the concrete gets underneath the wire mesh, even when you step on it, it does not go back down because the concrete is full of rocks and you are not going to step steel wire mesh through rocks. So we had the 20-foot strike off there. We switched to the 16 where the stoop is there, just so we could get it past. It was a beautiful day. It was one of the most beautiful days we've had all spring. Kind of in between the rain. There you saw Carlito pulling up that wire again. So we're pulling off. Now the bottom side where Francisco's striking, his job is easy because he has a form there. So his elevation is established. So when he strikes off, he can just run it against the form board. And he has his elevation. The top side's a little trickier. There you see me hitting it with the bull float. The concrete was just gorgeous. I always go two directions. You always go across the direction that you struck off, and then I'll go the opposite direction to really flatten out the concrete. There we were pulling the wire. We're going to come across a little bit further. We got plywood protection on the lawn. Even with the power buggy, it had rained so much, the ground was very wet, very soggy. Even though a lot of times you can run a power buggy across the lawn in dry conditions, when it's as wet as it was here, it would have made a huge mess. And you don't want to leave your customer with a mess. It's a pretty fast way to wreck your reputation. So there I am crossing up the bull float once again. And then the guys go ahead and get the patio edged. I'm going to do a video about edging again. It's been quite a while. And for beginners, edging can kind of be a little bit tricky. It seems like it's easy, but you can really mess things up. Grab the joiner here. The concrete's pretty wet, but I wanted to get an early start on the joints because I cut this patio, as you can see, up very small. There I am coming off the corner of the stoop. So that stoop is a likely spot where the concrete's going to want to crack right off the corner. So there I hit another corner, and there I hit the corner. In both directions, because you know the concrete's going to want to crack there, coming through the other way. And the reason I didn't cut all the way to the form on those bottom joints coming towards us is because there's a fence behind us, and I couldn't get the poles through the fence, so I come back just with a single pole. Finish that up, put a fourth pole on, and I cut those joints up to the house. I try to leave as little work as possible for the guys when they're out in the concrete, so whatever I can possibly get with the walking joiner, I get. So when they're out there, they can just focus on getting it looking nice. So now we're on it. Lots of little squares here for the guys to finish. I helped out kind of around the edges. Francisco there, and then Tino on his side. Concrete just went off perfect. There you saw Daryl Jr. getting a little finishing action in, and now he's sitting back down by the shed. And this day we had a nice conversation. I had it all on video. It would have been nice what he would do if he was the president. So we'll do a little time lapse here, listen to some music, and then I'll get back with you. All right, we're just finishing up here, and I am doing a crisscross brooming bidirectionally. And people ask me, well, how do you get the squares to look different color, like you see there? And it's really just an effect of brushing it in different directions. It's kind of like the effect you see on lawn stripes when you mow in different directions. It's just how the sunlight hits the surface. It's kind of like that old school carpet where you run your hand one way and then the other. Same difference. So finishing up the last couple squares here, you can see it turned out beautiful. Easy money. And that's pretty much it. We cleaned up the forms here, and then we're going to get back over to Eric and Big Ray.
Yeah. All right, we can strap down this skid loader. Big Ray and Pat, head to that job and start breaking it, right? Oh, before we start breaking it, they gotta put the gravel down the ground. That is secure as 100%.
That's good. Now I just gotta do the other side.
All right. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's good.
What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm hungry, Ray.
Need Pepsi.
I mean, you could stop at the Quick Trip, but we could park at the big street and just put.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's just do that. My goodness, Ray. There's so much mess in here. So much mess. Oh my goodness. I'm pulling in, Pat's here. Big Ray there, putting out the cones.
Let me know where you want it.
Probably back there or right here.
And up.
Not too far, but right there.
Right in the middle.
Hello, is this one right? 3175. Okay. So just this whole driveway, right?
Whole driveway, we're doing the whole driveway.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Right. All right, so this is a job we just got done talking with Ryan. We're gonna start breaking this. I don't know. It seems like I got wire mesh. Seems like it. Just the whole driveway. This is a pretty big size driveway. Pretty sure we're gonna be pouring all of that. Stopping here. And the second pour will be all the way down. I'm pretty sure. Let's go with Big Ray. Set the time lapse on. Everything. Alright, so we got the breaker on. Start breaking the concrete. I'm gonna put a time lapse too. I'm gonna be recording here and there. That already dropped the gravel. Homeowner came out and he talked to us. Really nice guy. I set up the time lapse and start breaking concrete. Gotta break this whole concrete. Not no waste no time. Big Ray's gonna come here, drop gravel, da 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 da. We loaded Pat up. He is fully loaded. I don't want to load in the back because it got big pieces here. So Big Ray's gonna pull up the Mac, the quad axe, and tandem axe is gonna go dump. We got some gravel, so we don't have to be worrying about gravel. And all we gotta do is just break it. Obviously we don't have no form truck here today for right now, but once Ryan gets here with all the other rest of the guys, and it's just go go go. I want to get as much as I can all the way down. I'm not gonna end up cutting this, breaking this square. I'll probably just break it here, due to the reason I think we might just saw cut this, and we don't have a saw cutter here, a concrete saw. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna load this all up, and then we're gonna continue breaking, moving forward, load it up, keep going, load it up, keep going. And we'll just save the last piece right here, those last two squares right there, so when we come in we don't break the edge, because we're getting rid of that obviously, and that's it. Eric always take it out when Ryan's here. It's going good. I've been hustling. I did let Ray break some concrete here. He wanted to try it, and just happy. I was happy. Learning, but he's getting it. He'll get it.
All right, Eric's coming up to dig out. He actually did a really nice job excavating here for me. The reason I'm not playing music and I just wanted to do a voiceover is because we had a problem on this job. So if you start to pay close attention to the skid loader coming in and out of the grade, you'll see it move. So I've had this happen a few times before, but basically this entire upper deck was like a giant waterbed. The whole crew got here later, and you could jump on the grade and the guy 15 feet away could feel the ground move. It was just like a giant waterbed. I think you're going to start to be able to see it here under his tracks. They're going to actually start talking about it a little bit when this goes back to his head cam. But we ended up having to dig this entire grade down about 18 inches, and then we had to get the big rock, start with that, and then we did the 3/4 inch TB over that. This job did not go well at all. I wish I would have had my head cam, but you know, it is what it is. So you guys will see on the next setup video how far down we had to go. But good job, Eric. And then these guys just continued. They got the entire driveway out for us before we got there.
What the? Oh my goodness! No way!
I don't know.
I don't know, Pat. Scary. That's weird.
I just want to look at that.
Oh yeah. I ain't digging nothing here. Yeah, no, it's on.
Take it off.
No, it's better without.
Oh my goodness, in the gloves, dude. This is hot, dude.
Dale, took it off.
Did you do it like this too?
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's hot. I want to do it with my hands. Here, let me try it. Let me try. Hold this phone. I'm going to go ahead and do it like this.
Let me turn on the thing. Almost got it.
Go.
Got it. I just tapped it. It was easy.
All right, Big Ray finally got that done, and you heard Eric say that it was easy, and it was not easy. You guys will see this job, how it finishes out. But this job here, I am not exaggerating. I didn't figure it out because I was kind of scared to figure it out. But I think I was pretty lucky to break even on this job. You guys will see the setup and the pour. Those videos are coming up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the long weekend. Take some time to remember those who died for us, our service members, so we can enjoy the freedoms that we have. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios.